Now I'm good. It's a Herb. You can hear me now, though. I know the chat. It takes a couple seconds for it to catch up. Well, I think still nothing. Seriously. All right, hold on a second. Add the stage. All right. How about now? It says that I'm not muted. I don't know what else to say. Let me go in the settings here. Audio. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was working. What's up, everybody? I don't know what you heard. Probably not a lot. But it said Hobie Milner's nasty, brother. I was trying to find the video of Gabe Kapler saying that. Because Hobie Milner mopped up the game. Not mopped up the game. It was actually, a good competitive game. Now, seriously. This was the absolute perfect game for the Phillies, to be a Phillies fan, right? Because Rhys Hoskins coming back to Philly, it meant something to us. It meant something to me. And I don't even know where this came from. I know Rhys had said that he was worried about getting booed. I don't think he really believed that. But I saw a couple Twitter accounts that was even Barstool Philly was like, are you going to boo or cheer Rhys Hoskins? And I'm like, who's booing Rhys Hoskins? There's nobody going to the game to boo Rhys Hoskins. Like, stop. Why do people keep bringing that up? Like, WIP's not saying are you booing or cheering Rhys Hoskins. So it was exactly what I was looking for. It was an emotional moment. He actually, the home run that he hit, I felt good for him because the Phillies are winning and it didn't cost them. So you got your moment. He got your moment. The Phillies got the win. Rhys got an awesome ovation. He had an awesome moment with the home run. Phillies win 3-1. Wheeler had another good outing. He's on track for the Cy Young. Phillies beat not only like a good team, a really good team in the Brewers in the first game of this series. So a couple of losses out in California, and they just come back, win 2 or 3 against St. Louis. That they just, I do not like extra inning games when the Phillies lose. When they win, extra inning games is great. But if you can't get that ghost runner home, it feels like you're going to lose that game. So anyway, Jack said if he hits a home run and they boo, he will quit. Yeah, like it was a make-believe boo, and then they gave him a big cheer. So, yeah, no, it was awesome. It was. I got goosebumps. I was tearing up a little bit. I cried watching Leave It to Beaver. True story. But it was cool. I went out for a walk with my kids, and I DVR all the games anyway. So we came back to watch it, and it was everything that I wanted it to be. As a Philadelphia Phillies fan, Rhys Hoskins meant a lot to a lot of people here, and to a lot of Phillies fans. I remember Rhys in the minor leagues, and he's such a streaky hitter. And I said this to people when he was with the Phillies. He's really, really streaky because you would watch his average in the minors. He'd be batting like 370, and you're like, wow, I got to bring this guy up now. And then he'd be batting 310 3 weeks later because he didn't get a hit for 3 weeks. But it was a really, really cool moment. We'll play it. I found Nick Picone, he puts out videos for everything. He finds them. So he likes to hang out like Brewers call, Brewers radio call, Brewers TV call. So I have the Brewers TV call, the Rhys Hoskins thing. But Delco Steve, who was at, I guess, a wedding, because I saw some Instagram story pictures out there. Hopefully all his fans out there were following as well. But he was in some type of a limo bus or something. But he's with us right now. Delco Steve, where were you?
That for the video or for just right now running
video.
here?
No.
I was on a party bus going to the Desmond in Malvern for my best friend and my other best friend's wedding. So lovely couple they are.
Wow. Yeah, but you didn't need to rush that. You don't need to be out of breath, Delco Steve.
No, I was I had a soccer game, so I just I'm tired from that and had some. I don't want to say.
What do you mean you had a What do you mean you had a soccer game?
I play soccer. I played a soccer league in Conshohocken.
In a men's outdoor soccer league?
It's a co-ed outdoor soccer league.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How competitive?
We lost the first half 5-0 and ended up losing the game 6-5.
It actually sounds like a lot of fun.
I started the comeback with the first goal in the second half.
You just run all over the place like a bench player in the NBA. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, run until I got nothing. I run until I got nothing left, and then I sub myself out.
That's about all I have as well. You know the problem, and when Brandon Marsh he pulled his hamstring yesterday or last night. Yesterday, well, it was last night because it was a Sunday night game. But do you remember when I did something to the back of my leg when I was mowing the lawn? Do you even remember this? How long ago was that? 2 months?
Yeah, it had to be. You had your mower for
I've had my mower at least, yeah. Maybe even more than 2 months. Dude, I'm still injured. Like if I do anything, I tried to do a hit exercise. Well, I did it, and dude, the next morning I woke up and the back of my leg was swollen. So I don't know what the hell it is. But anyway, like if I was to do soccer, I'm at the stage where torn ACL, Achilles. Now I'm pulling soft tissue, just mowing a lawn.
Dude, I play with a big knee brace too, because my knee's shot. But I know what I'm doing.
Are you knocking women down?
No, dude. I almost got in a full-out fight 2 weeks ago though, because we have a dude on our team that was a kicker for Temple when Matt Rule was the coach.
So not Brandon McManus, who just
he lost his job to Brandon McManus.
Really?
Yeah. So like this dude is 6'6", like 275, can crush a ball. Like so he's not a soccer player by any means. Like
he's not that. Well, that was Penn State. Penn State had a fat kicker, right?
Yes. No, this dude's like Jack 6'6", 275. Right. Yeah, like he's a brick shithouse. And this dude who's like 6 foot, but weighs less than me, and I'm 5'8" on a good day, to say the least, is running into him, and then just keeps decking himself, like knocking himself on his ass. And the third time he gets up and he's like, try it again. Really? And Christian, the guy on my team's just like, dude, like I didn't even do anything. Like you ran into me. So we're both on the sidelines and he runs over our 5'2" chick. And I'm like, you know, the big guy's over here, right? So that was a whole thing 2 weeks ago. But I try to if I'm going up against guys that are bigger, it's like, yeah, like I'll body them like a bit. But if I'm playing, like if I trying to take the ball of the girl, like I'm trying to just run by them, take the ball and run away.
Yeah, you're not gonna make contact with them. Try to get physical.
This dude literally bounced our girl, like bounced her head off the ground.
Yeah, I'm out on that. I did play a Manayunk co-ed right when I met my wife. We played in a Manayunk co-ed softball league, and it was fun. And one of the umpires was Imagine Herb. It was pretty much Herb, probably a little bit more functioning than Herb, but it was Herb, and he right away he's like, "Hey, Marks," and he gave us favorable calls because it's just him that's umpiring everything.
Yeah,
and they do called strikes on the pitches too. No, it was honestly it was a lot of fun because I mean, you know, you get competitive and teams are about the same. So you get competitive games. We had a lot of fun. Now, you know, this was 12 years ago.
Yeah, tonight's game was, even though we got waxed in the first half, tonight's game was a lot of fun. Everybody was like cool. Everybody was chill. It was actually a fun game. We lost 6-5, still had a blast. Last week we lost 3-2. I wanted to kill somebody.
Wow, look at you, man, playing soccer.
Still got it, baby. Still got it.
So you missed the Rhys Hoskins moment.
Yes, I did. I got multiple texts about it though. I did have a bet on him to have 2 bases. So
well, I have, and this is actually the Milwaukee Brewers call of it. Because I mean, not that Tom McCarthy's wasn't good, honestly. And Scott France's back from his dad had passed away, so I don't know if this was his first game back or whatever. But I heard the radio call, and they were trying to give play-by-play because they're on radio of what he was doing, and you'll see what he does. Like he came in, like he stepped. JT like kind of went towards the mound, and then he got the big ovation, and then he's taking off his helmet, and you know the crowd gave him a really good ovation.
I did see the beginning. I saw his first at bat. I didn't see the home run though.
Home run.
I saw his first bat though. Didn't see the home run.
It was great. Well, so here is for people who didn't see it. Here's Rhys. This is the Milwaukee Brewers call.
Now it's Rhys Hoskins.
Now batting for Milwaukee, number 12. Designated hitter, Rhys Hoskins.
I think the broadcasters talk.
I mean, I got goosebumps. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool moment right there. See those signs in the stands. Amazing.
Yeah. And maybe a little bit too long, but there you let it breathe because you want to hear the crowd and you could naturally just get it. I mean, it was awesome. It was.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool moment. It's fun seeing players like that come back and actually get embraced.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Instead of like, oh, we hate this dude and we're just we're going to boo the hell out of him.
Like
That's not fun too.
Jason Worth. Yeah, when they deserve it, right? Like
yes. Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. I mean, Scott Rowland. Scott Rowland deserved to be booed coming back here. I'm hopefully it's over now just because I'm ready to move on. I don't care anymore. But yeah, like when Pat Burrell comes back, when Pat Burrell came back, it's the same kind of thing, except they won a World Series. Pat Burrell did, and he came back, and it was exact kind of. I don't remember the moment, but when Freddie Galvis came back, I remember I was very excited there at Delco Steve. I went down and I gave him an ovation, Freddie Galvis. So yeah, it was cool. He got the home run, which was cool. I guess I could try to find that real fast.
Who did he hit the home run off of? Did he hit it off of Wheeler?
Wheeler, yeah. So the first pitch after the ovation, and that whole thing's probably like 3 minutes long by the time he got into the box and set.
Yeah,
Wheeler threw him a nasty knee buckling curveball.
Yep. No, he didn't strike him out. He almost struck him out, and then he popped one up.
Right.
That would have been. I needed him to. Dude, that ump killed me, man. That ump was calling trash. I had Wheeler strikeouts.
I was going to say, cost you a bet. Yeah.
Yep. Hell yeah, he did.
He was squeezing him a little bit.
Dude, the one was like dead down the middle, and he was like,
yeah, he was. He wasn't at one point. He wasn't getting on the corners, but again, so Wheeler was excellent again. Brewers are a good team. Wheeler was excellent. They went 2 or 3 over the Cards. I hate extra innings when they lose.
Dude, extra innings is the second baseman is just their second base start is just like it's great for the time moving along part of it, but it's rough when you can't get them home.
I don't know, man, because I hate 12, 13 inning games.
No, I agree.
I don't need to be up for that. But I mean, this game was over. It's just 8:50. This game was over tonight,
and it started at 6:40.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's done before 9 o'clock. So if there is an extra inning game, it's still over by 10 o'clock. The problem was used to get, and I know this, 2017, I was working nights at WIP and I was doing pre and post Phillies. And I was actually working till 2 a.m. some of those nights. But you're talking about 4-hour games in 9 innings, 9-inning, 4-hour games. And the Phillies are one of the worst teams in baseball. So I'm literally come in and I do the pregame, and now I'm waiting for a 4-hour game so I could come on and give a postgame that nobody cared about. Oh, it was horrible. But you don't have that.
That has to be excruciating. I'd be drunk by the time I had to go back on and do postgame.
Dude, I
would have been sitting at a bar for 4 hours.
So at the time, my wife was still working, and like I said, a lot of these nights I'd work till 2 o'clock, or 2 nights a week I'd work till 2 o'clock. So she had to go to work in the morning. So I had to get up with, at the time it was just, or was Lena born? Anyway, I had 2 young kids. So I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get home some nights till 3. Big Daddy, who would come on at 2 o'clock, Big Daddy Graham, he used to hold me. So he likes the guys that he can use like a first long segment of the 2 o'clock hour, because that pretty much half of his first hour is gone. And then it's 3 o'clock and he's only got 2.5 hours left, right? So Big Daddy will come in and be like, there were some things I heard listening in. And then he would pretty much recap what he heard and then go back and forth with you about it. And I love Big Daddy. So I would end up being there first half hour of the show. And I'd be like, oh, I got to get out of here. I'm not going to go home till 3 o'clock. But I used to love those nights with Big Daddy. He was the best. Yeah, the Josh Innes AM side of games. I remember that too, Vince. Where when they had 6:10 a.m., it's when Josh was working nights and he just got hired. And Andy Bloom, the program director, wanted him on the air, getting reps and doing shows. So he put him on the AM side. More people were still listening to 6:10 at the time. But yeah, I remember that as well.
I didn't realize they didn't stream the same stuff.
No. No, they didn't. That was so long ago. I don't remember how many years ago. That was a long, long, long time ago. All right, so the Phillies are rolling, right? That's very cool. Did you see any of the Angel Clark stuff or the Caitlin Clark and Angel Rhys and
I
Wesley
never
Ness?
saw what happened, but I read about it. It's
All right. Well, here's what happened. That she got shouldered and knocked down. It was a total cheap shot. And I don't even know the woman's name that did it. And I'm not going to learn her name unless she actually becomes more relevant and I know it naturally. Right? Like Angel Rhys, I don't actually know her name without looking at it most of the time still. I know Caitlin Clark, but like I'm sorry. Like I watched Angel Rhys a couple times. So, I mean, here's the reality. She's getting bullied and she's getting knocked down and she's getting hard fouls and everything else. And it's her welcome to the WNBA moment from women that have been playing in the league for a while that look at her and say, "Oh, you're being called the best women's basketball player ever in college, and now you're coming up here and like, no, like we're gonna bully you. We're gonna foul you hard. We're gonna make you earn everything." And it's true. No one cared about this before Caitlin Clark. They weren't getting chartered flights before Caitlin Clark. Like Caitlin Clark has helped the league, but it doesn't mean that these players that have been in the league, what do you think that they're gonna welcome her and let her drive down the lane and do whatever? No, they're going to foul her hard. So like, here's what I say. And it was total, she's getting totally cheap shotted. And the first thing that somebody on that team needs to do is go up and grab one of these women by the throat and choke.
You need a goon.
You need a goon. You need, like, her own team isn't ready to protect her yet. So what does that tell you? Not that she did anything wrong, but like they're going to, like, they're initiating her right now. So, like, yeah, you need somebody on that team that's going to go up and be like, I'm going to put you on the floor if you touch her again like that. That's what you need. And guess what? This is great for the WNBA. It just is. Pat McAfee said something stupid today. We'll play it. Stephen A. Smith sounded like a total idiot on ESPN today. I'll play it. So here's what you were wishing for, WNBA. You were wishing that you were relevant and people cared. And not you weren't on SportsCenter because they're forced to put your highlights on there, that the debate shows talk about you and there's actual real meat that you can sink your teeth into. That's what you have when you have something like this and you have idiots like Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith and all the talk show hosts, because it's involving a woman. They don't really realize or know how they should talk about things. But like, this is a great natural rivalry. And
I've already literally watched more WNBA this season, which is like maybe a whole 10 minutes than I have ever in my life.
Ever.
So
I've never watched the WNBA before this season.
We were sitting there watching it while we were getting ready for the wedding on Saturday because it was the only thing on.
Anything. When have we ever talked about? You know what I've talked about with the WNBA when I have my national show, and I'm trying to come up with like topics that I think can get some phone calls and are interesting. When women would come out, when WNBA players would come out and say, we need chartered flights and we need to be paid more money. And it's like, okay, this isn't the Women's World Cup, right? Like the women's soccer player, like they're better than the men and more people watch them. They have gripes. They should be paid more than the men. The WNBA loses money. The WNBA business model loses money. You're not making money. So what happens when you're not making money? You don't get to fly chartered flights.
I've said this a couple times. Like I've seen people that like post stuff on Instagram that I'm friends with from like college that I haven't talked to in years. And it was like a lot of the sentiment is like, this woman shouldn't be making less than me playing as a professional athlete. I'm like, your company, like obviously I'm not chiming in because these aren't people that I like talk to on a regular basis. Right. Like if it was someone I was friends with posting that, I would be like, listen, your company makes more money than the WNBA does. Like, that's why you get paid more than Caitlin Clark. It's like, and I'm not going to feel bad for Caitlin Clark for only making $76,000 for being a WNBA player. She's going to make millions and millions for being who she is. So, like, I don't feel bad. Like, I don't feel bad. It's if you want these girls to get paid more, you spend your money to go to the game and watch them, and that'll make them money, and that'll get them paid. Like, do that instead of sitting on Instagram being like, she should get paid more for what? Like they don't make money, like you just said. Like you need to go and spend your money for them to make money. And until you're
Right.
willing to do that, I don't want to hear about it.
You and your father have a contracting business, right?
Yep.
If you have a bad month and you lose money for the month, or you don't make money for the month, is that you pay yourself extra?
Yeah,
right.
right.
You get a bonus, or you say, you know what? Now we're going to make $150,000 a year.
Yeah.
After we didn't make money last year. Of course
Yeah,
not.
just write the check, please.
Of course not. Now, it is owned by the NBA, and the NBA makes money, but they're not willing to swallow the losses. Now they are. And that's because of Caitlin Clark. So I'm going to play something from Angel Rhys right here. And like she needs a dose of reality, but this is how they're reacting to it, and this is how they feel. And I get it. They're the women that have been in the league. By the way, Angel Rhys is a rookie as well. So she's not going through this. Actually, she did. She got fouled hard last week. But like it's a lot different. Did I not have this here? All right, so let's go to, let me see. Is that it? This is it right here. And play.
It all started from the national championship game. I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never think we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watch women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Yeah, it's not. And I you should definitely feel like that. And that's fine. Like, you're important to it or whatever, but it's not. People are tuning in droves because of Caitlin Clark. So where is it right here? So here's the attendance of non-Caitlin Clark WNBA games this past weekend. 7,600, 4,000, almost 10,000, 7,000, 3,000, 10,000, 7,000. The two Caitlin Clark WNBA games this weekend, 17,000, 17,000.
It's also going to fade too.
Well, you know what, Steve? I'm telling you, this is great for the league.
I'm not saying it's not, but it's like eventually, like it's this season.
Okay,
yeah, it's gonna go on. But if that team doesn't get good, like, and they just keep putting on, people are gonna eventually stop going.
However, remember LSU Iowa 2 years ago, right? And Angel Rhys was an antagonist in that, and then this past season, everybody was looking the same way, the same thing. That rivalry. What's the coach from LSU's name? Kim Mulvey, is that her name? Or
yes,
she
wears the crazy outfits and she's a riot. She's a riot.
Yeah, like this. But again, that's good. Having the personalities is good. Like, when WIP talked about the Flyers, when they really talked about the Flyers, not they're in the playoffs and everybody pretends they're Flyers fans and 90% of the hosts don't know shit. When they really talked about the Flyers, Eric Lindros.
Yeah, when they're a superstar. Yeah.
Legion of Doom, superstar who had a lot going on with them. Talk Flyers all the time. Eagles were kind of down. It was Flyers. Eric Lindros and the Flyers were number one. Steve and Mike, Steve Fredericks, Mike Missinelli during that era, mid 90s. Eric Lindros Flyers, boom, number one in sports talk, and you would have that again today. You need personalities. So for all the people, like, this is what you need, Delco Steve.
Yeah, but to your point, like, yes, I actually watched that LSU Iowa game like in an airport bar last year. So like it was the only thing on. I was like, all right, whatever. It was a banger of a game. Like, don't get me wrong. So when that came around this year, I didn't watch a single WNBA game. I was like, oh, but I'll watch that game again. And I didn't even end up watching the whole thing like I thought I was going to. But it's like eventually these things, like, they're gonna fade. It's like Jimmer Fredette or like the Linsanity. Like, people like tuned in for all this, got all hooked in, and then eventually, it fizzles out. Like she's a bigger superstar than those guys, but
so you think this fizzles out?
Like, I'm not saying this season,
94, because that's
I'm
what
not
I
saying this season by any means, but like in the next year or two, probably. I don't know. You need more than just her to make the league work. Because if she's not making the playoff, if she doesn't make the playoffs, then it's just like, okay, who's watching the playoffs?
But nobody, right?
Exactly.
And Turtle Power says good for the media, not good for the league. The more you actually have eyes on the league right now. Why is it not good for the league? What was it doing before? Attendance sucked and nobody watched it on TV.
Yep.
I mean, seriously. So
it's definitely good for the league right now.
Does it fade like Steve's saying? We're going to find out. I don't think that it can stay like this. But
no one's going out buying season tickets by any means because of her. Because they unless you're an Indiana Fever fan.
Yes.
Well, unless you're an Indiana Fever fan,
right? But she's also a draw on the road. Steve,
that's what I'm saying.
I
don't need season tickets to go see her, though. Is what I'm saying.
Here's the reality. Here's the reality. If you don't have storylines and she's not exciting to play, like they're not playing above the rim, so you're not going to see a game to see like men's athleticism. You're going because like Caitlin Clark's a great 3-point shooter, and that's how she's looked at by a lot of these people. Oh, all she does is shoot the 3. So they're going to go up and body her and bully her and do everything else. If she's as good of a player as she was in college and she's being expected to be in the pros, you'll have people that hate her because she does seem a little, you know what I mean? Like like
she's got something like an edge.
Yeah, she's got like a Larry Bird type thing about her. Like she seems like she could be a little bit of a dirty player, which I love. Right. And a lot of these women resent her for it. And there's absolutely, I'm going to play the McAfee thing. There's absolutely a white component to it. And I'm not even like trying to get crazy with it. Right. But naturally it is. Naturally there's going to be in a league that is, I don't know what the ratio is, but if you look at the NBA, it's dominated by African Americans, right? So when a white player comes in by the media, it's it's a great white hope. Any white player, and now they're mostly European, but any white player that comes in, it's like, oh, yeah, like you want them to be good. So, I mean, there's part of that with her, too.
I agree.
So, all right, well, let's play this, and then where's the McAfee thing? Oh, here it is. Did you hear this, or you just see it on social media?
I just saw his apology on social media.
Yeah, well, he apologized afterwards.
The GOAT. Is she what? I don't know. I just, with my eyes, I couldn't see if she's Caucasian or not. So I think what we're trying to say is,
it's wearing cowboy boots?
What the WNBA currently has is what we like to describe as a cash cow. There is a superstar. And we're not saying that the players on the court need to act any differently. That's the athletes are going to do what athletes are going to do in any sport. I think we're all learning that the WNBA, that's old school football. That is old school football. But I would like the media people that continue to say, this rookie class, not. Just call it for what it is. There's one white bitch for the Indiana team who is a superstar. And is it because she's
one white bitch from the Indiana team
program from nothing to a multiple year success story? Is it because she would go on to break the entire points records in the history of the NCAA, not just the women's record by Kelsey Plum, shout out, but also Pistol Pete Maravich's, the dude's record as well? Is there a chance that people just enjoy watching her play basketball because of how electrifying she is, what she did, what she stood for, how she went about going what she went for? Maybe. But instead, we have to hear people say that we all like her because she's white. And she's only popular because the rest of the rookie class is doing what they're doing. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. And we think the WNBA, more specifically, their refs need to stop trying to screw her over at every single turn. What you have is somebody special. And we're lucky she's here in Indiana. And that was, guess which WNBA rookie?
Oh, I didn't even do the Indiana connection there. Well, all right. Well, there you go. Yeah, I called her a white bitch, which he's only.
If he just said white chick or white girl, it would have been fine. Like,
yeah, white girl for sure.
Yeah,
and honestly,
but that definitely
they are saying that. You know what I mean? Like, of course, that's like how a lot of players feel and are saying, right? But you can't say it, right? Believe me, there's a lot of times there's things that I could say that would be truthful, but I'm not going to say it. And he's on ESPN. God, he's such an idiot. At some point, he's not going to survive this.
He's got away with a lot.
ESPN does nothing about it. He's the
as long as he doesn't drop the F-bomb, he's good.
No, I mean he says bullshit. No, they've dropped the F-bomb before.
I know that's they say it on the show though all the time. It's like the only thing that ESPN cares about is we'd rather you not say the F-bomb. And obviously I'm sure there's a few other words on there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the scenario is, but that does. I'm not saying he should be fired for that. I mean, when you want somebody to be edgy and you want that guy, that's what you're going to get with it, right? Like just straight up, that's what you're going to get. You hope he learns from it, or he says, "Why would I learn from it? More people know about me because of that shit." And if the ESPN gets rid of him, he'll go back to FanDuel. He'll do something independent. It's gonna make far more money doing this than he ever could have done punting the ball in football. So like whatever. I don't feel one way or another about McAfee. He can do whatever.
I usually like him. I usually enjoy his show for the most part. I
don't dislike him. I just don't have any interest in as far as watching ESPN really at all. I have no interest. I don't want to watch. If I watch SportsCenter, it's because I'm doing a show or something and I DVR it and I just watch what I need and everything else gets fast forwarded. I have no need to see Kevin the Gandhi. I know he's Philadelphia's darling or whatever, and I feel like a dick whenever I don't kiss his ass like a lot of people do. I just I don't have any interest in it. I have interest in Stephen A. Smith and that clown show, and I don't have interest in Skip Bayless or any of that. Right? Like I have no interest in it. So
the only show I get locked into is Scott Van Pelt, like SportsCenter. Like that's usually during football season, like after Monday Night Football.
I watch Monday Night. I watch the Monday Night Football. You're the post games that goes right back. It goes right back.
Yeah,
and he's
great at that. He's great at that. And I love the bad beats and all that, like all the segments they have in that episode. But if the NBA game rolls into the Scott Van Pelt ESPN, like I'll watch that too, just because I like his format.
I do too.
But that's about the only one that I want to watch.
It's an easy watch. It is. It's an easy watch. Not that the Gandhi's not good at SportsCenter or whatever, but
SportsCenter's lost its luster. Like I used to watch the same episode of SportsCenter on repeat when I was like.
You know what I like to watch SportsCenter? I like to watch the 11:30 or after the late game because I used to work and then I was working at 2 a.m. So you watch they have the late whatever college football game on, and then they have SportsCenter on after that, and you get the entire day of college football in it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, when they're actually hitting highlights, it's good.
Highlights are awesome. And they do a great job with it too. But like
when it's like the old school version, it's good. When it's the new school, like, let's talk about it for 2 segments.
Right. It's good to
show you the same highlights over and over and over again.
Right. We gotta bring in this person, blah, 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 blah. Jesse Palmer.
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah, I know Nagandi went to Temple. He does a good job. I have no reason not to.
I like
Anthony. Anthony brings him on his show on PHLY, and it's just like, I'm all right.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm not like tuning in for him. Like like if he's on and I'm watching, great.
He's just the need to overly love Wawa and pasty cakes and 700 level is just annoying. I know it's because he's up in Connecticut or whatever, but it's just like, all right, dude, we know. Anyway, all right, so there you go. So Pat McAfee, and so he apologized as well. Afterwards, he apologized. I don't know.
Did he apologize on the show?
No, it was hours.
Just on the tweet.
It was hours later. No, actually, I think it was pretty quick afterwards. But
yeah, because I read it over like around 5:36 probably.
Right.
And it was not the. Like I go when I open like Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and it has like the notifications, like oh, these are the things that happen. Like so, for some reason ESPN, I get like 50 of them, so I'm like scrolling through those to get the bullet points, and it was way down on the list at that point. It was all about Justin Jefferson at that point.
Yeah. He gets a record-setting contract. So he tweets out, I shouldn't have used white bitch as a descriptor of Caitlin Clark, no matter the context, even if we were talking about race being a reason some of the stuff's happening. I have way too much respect for her and women to put that into the universe. My intentions when saying it were complimentary, just like the entire segment, but a lot of folks are saying that it certainly wasn't at all. That's 100% on me, and for that I apologize. I've sent an apology to Caitlin as well. Everything else I said, still all facts. And I agree with him 1,000%. I do. I know what he was saying, and
Yeah.
I think he's pretty much spot on. And I don't even look
Yeah,
at
he's one word summed that out, and this is we're completely different.
Yep. And maybe some people get pissed, but like, of course, there's a racial component about it. There's a racial component like on the other side when you're talking about Angel Rhys, right? Like, come on, it's just welcome to America. Look at the way we handle everything with politics and everything else. Like, we've never been so divided. So now everybody's this is no different. Like, this is the WNBA's welcome to sports moment. Stephen A. Smith's fighting with Monica McNutt. Is that her name on First Take? You have Pat McAfee calling her a white bee, which is so like, oh, what an idiot. So I haven't heard this, so I'm just gonna play it. It's hold on a second. I gotta do full screen. I don't have it downloaded. Hold on that. Real time. This is not having a producer there. Delco Steve. All right, so let's share this. Let's go.
Looking at guys like Charles Barkley, LeBron James, Stephen A., Shannon Sharp, right? Why do I point out those four guys? You have to be careful about the words that you put out there. The word hating, the word jealous, those are words, those are triggering words for women, right? Like in anything. I've been married to one, okay? I've been married to a woman for going on 15 years. And those two words, hating, especially when you're talking about referring to another woman or other women, those are triggering words. So you have to do a better job with that. They have to do a better job with that because it's not hating and it's not jealousy, it's competition. Pat McAfee, I think he owes everyone an apology, especially Caitlin Clark. You cannot call her out of her name like that. You can't. No one could come to his defense, and it's unacceptable. At the end of the day, you have to respect the WNBA, respect the women that are playing, respect the women that are covering the game, and you have to make sure you do it in great fashion. If you're a man that's jumping into that atmosphere.
I really appreciate you, Perk, because this is something that I've really appreciated about you, because anytime there's something that happens in the WNBA, you come to me first and you say, hey, Sinead, what are your thoughts? What's your perspective? And I think we do the same thing, particularly me as a woman in sports media. I don't try to speak on things that I don't know. I go by facts. I go by figures. I talk to my guys, and then I know that my game can really hold up based off of analysis, and then I speak based off of all of those things. So I appreciate you always looking out, and I think that you saying those things really helps everyone here today, specifically on our network. So yeah, I feel like I need to get zen and meditation. So we will.
I'm trying to find the foul now so I can actually see what the hell happened.
Yeah. And then Stephen A., Monica McNutt said something like, Stephen A., you could have brought up women's sports because WNBA, he was acting like, I'm here for the WNBA. He was almost trying to take credit for it. And Monica McNutt was like, you could have been talking about the NBA for years. Now you're choosing to take the low-hanging fruit and talk about it. But like, what is like?
There were other big names. Of course,
that's what he's doing. Of course, that's what he's doing.
There were other big name like women players that came into the WNBA, and it just like this is like the first time it's like taking foot. Like
I was reading something, and they was talking about like, how come they're not talking about Sue Bird and some other players' rivalry? And I'm just like, fuck them.
Was that Elena Taurasi? Was that the other one?
It might have been Diana Taurasi. Yeah,
Diana Taurasi. Yeah.
I mean,
and then like Elena Deladon. Brittany Griner was supposed to be a stud too.
Right.
Yep. Who was the chick that could? Candace Parker. Like she could dunk.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But like also Brittany Griner, she had to go play in Russia because she didn't make enough money here. Or you make as much money playing another.
Well, don't they have like the leagues like offset? Don't the leagues offset and they belong to more than one team? So
they have if they want to make more. Yeah, if you want to make another $100,000, you go play for another 4 or 5.
Yeah, you play year round, and the seasons don't overlap. Like hockey,
get a month off
can't
between.
Do that. Hockey, you can't do that because like the other leagues are playing at the same time you are.
Right. Yeah.
Like the fringe NFL guys will go play in these whatever leagues while they're free agents before
and then
trade
try to
deadline.
make a team after that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you're doing what a lot of people do. I mean, you could make $75,000 a year and then just stay stateside and try to do clinics and things like that. But if you're Brittany Griner, I don't know how much money she was making in Russia, but you figure like 100,000 or something like that. But like,
you would think
Brittany Griner, Russia salary, obviously not worth it, being that she was
detained.
So she made over $1 million a season.
Oh, there you go.
She's making around 200 grand here and $1 million in Russia. Yeah, I'd do the same thing, of course. So, but they want, and that's the other thing. Like, they want to make that money. Like, look at the NBA players; they don't have to play. They don't have to go to Russia to play, right? But there's a reason for that. NBA, it makes huge money. But anyway, who goes to women's basketball in Russia that they can be paying $1 million a?
Dude, those guys are filthy rich. All those oligarchs and stuff, and
so that's who it is. They just
like pay for everything.
All right, well, there you go.
The one KHL team is like run by the Russian military,
right? Yeah, no, that's not. I mean, you're right. It's it gets a little crazy. Well, that's why you don't want to. You can't open your mouth. What AHL player was getting criticized because he wouldn't talk bad about Putin? He was a star too. Who was it?
Was it Ovechkin?
Yeah, it was Ovechkin. Yeah,
I didn't miss that.
Well, they were asking him about it, and it's like, you have to say that you hate him.
Oh wait, wasn't he? Is he like friends with him or something?
Huh?
Isn't he like friends with him or something?
You're damn right he is. You'll disappear. His family will disappear.
No, but I mean, like, I think like he's like actual friends with him.
Well,
I feel
if he
like
wants
I
to
might
be friends with you, I think you're friends with him.
Yeah, right. You don't end up dead at the bottom of a set of stairs. Or
right?
Something.
Yeah, like we laugh. He offs people in broad daylight with no problem. Good luck with that.
It's wild.
Would you go and play soccer in co-ed soccer in Russia?
If they offer me $1 million, sure. I'll give up smoking my thingies for $1 million, and
yeah, that's what, just don't bring your weed vapes.
Yep. No.
All right. Well, anyway, there you go. Well, I mean, that's the other than the Phillies absolutely killing people. Like the Eagles. I'm so happy. It's nice not being on the radio to have to talk about mini camps,
big stuff.
Yeah, mini camps, and I don't think can Jalen Hurts lead them back to a championship. Not ripping them because that's what you have to do. But I'm just so nice to not have to. I look at Elliot's tweets and I see everything that's going on at mini camps. I guess Bradbury he's still not there, but there's thought that maybe he will be there. It's very weird what's going on with Bradbury, right?
Yeah. I've been not locked in on my Eagles for the last 5 days for sure.
Me neither. But so let me see. Jeff Stoutland was like getting emotional talking about Jason Kelsey, but Brett, so that they can cut Bradbury post June 1st, and the financial cap implications are nothing. But you can always designate a player to be a post June 1st cut. So then you can just cut him and get him out of here. Meanwhile, there hasn't been anything said about him, and he hasn't been there. So
yeah,
I know
they were going to do it. Why did they do that? They didn't do it to anybody else. So, or did they do it to Maddox? Did they?
The people,
Vontae? Did they post?
I don't think they had
post June 1 for Maddox.
I don't think they had to. I think it was a pretty clean cut. But Bradbury, there's a lot of dead money. You just fucking signed him. So you spread it out.
Think after you draft the 2 top corners in the draft, he's probably going to get cut.
Yeah, and maybe if you remember, he came to Philly because of the same thing. The Giants waited till after June 1st, and then they cut him. So
they cut him way late. They cut him way after June 1st.
So if you have money and you were in the quarterback market, you already spent it, or you traded, or whatever. So the Eagles were in need, and Howie did a really good job. Remember the 1 year he waited for Steven Nelson, got him at a good number, did the same thing with Bradbury. Problem is he resigned Bradbury. He should have just let him leave.
They should have did the clean house 2 years ago, or a year ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, I was just looking at Elliot's tweets, but then if I go inside the tweet, there's still people demanding an apology for Deshaun. They are just,
Jesus Christ.
They are just not giving it up, man.
Has that been a month now? It's got to be close. Since we missed a
close,
week,
man.
We missed a week and we talked about it 3 different times, so that's 2 weeks right there.
It's a month. It's got to be a month. Yep. Now, if you click inside of a tweet here, I'm sure somebody put it up there. So yeah.
All right, over under the third and a half reply.
What, a third specifically about Deshaun?
Yeah. All right. No. So if you click on the tweet, how many tweets do you have to go down until it pops up? Over under 3.5.
Oh, probably under. It just depends. All right. So you ready? This is what a lot of people are putting now.
Oh God. This poor guy.
Oh, Elliot, man. All right, so let me see. Let me do it.
It's got to be under 3.5. Under 3.5 and huge juice.
There's less people that are doing it now, because he's actually tweeting about stuff. So you do get people that are tweeting back, talking about, like, for instance, it says cutting trading Bradbury prior to June 1st would have cost the Eagles around $10 million in salary cap space. Now they can cut him or trade him with almost no impact to the 2024 salary cap.
So everything goes to next year's salary cap.
$3 million for cap space next year, and then that's it. For whatever reason. The first reply says, "Why did they cut Deshaun?" No, man.
So one. It's one.
All right, hold on. Well, so you put all these videos from the like position, like the quarterback's coach and the like secondary coach. I have no interest in that. Let me go to one that has a lot of replies. Let me see, 45. All right, so it's underrated part of Saquon Barkley signing is how he will hopefully help Eagles in close games. All right, so I'm clicking on it. Let me see. Try not to write any articles about him that are filled with lies. That's the first one.
Yeah.
The second one, be a man. Third one, apologies and self-awareness is underrated. So first three were
That's probably all three being under and being a comment about it is probably also a huge favorite.
All right, we'll do one more. And I'm sorry, Elliot. It's funny. All right, so first one, so this is a good one because he put his actually something to talk about. And this is why I love Elliot, because he put on the bubble, he put Nakobe Dean on the bubble. So he looked at the roster and he said, all right, he said, this is what I got. He's got 39 locks, 14 players, and then these 25 are on the bubble. So he put Nakobe Dean. Do you think Nakobe Dean's on the bubble making the team?
I already was thinking he's going to get cut like a week or so ago.
I don't think he's going to be.
I have a hard time seeing him making the team.
I don't think that he's going to be cut, but it's not crazy to put him on the list. We don't really know if it comes down to a player and they're like, this guy's a better player than Nakobe Dean, they'll cut him.
Right.
I mean, you already saw what he is. I'm sure they'd love to give him another shot, but you think that if there's a better player that they're not going to put him in there. But I think it'd be tough for him to not make the team, but it's possible.
If let's put it like this, you gave me betting odds and you said he gets cut as like plus money, I would bet it just
right
because I think it's a good value bet sort of thing.
Tanner McKee's on the bubble. I don't disagree with that. Teams don't like to carry three quarterbacks. I know he showed real promise, but they have Kenny Pickett.
Who's the fourth quarterback then? Like who would be competing with him for his spot? That would be
they would only keep two. Oh, but like what other position player would be?
Oh yeah. Well, I think a lot of teams are going to keep three going forward with the new rules. But
probably
because I think they even allowed you to have an extra spot on the roster anyway now.
Yeah, they're making it easier for you to keep three, which they should. They should put more players on the roster. More players is great. I know they don't want to pay them. Like John Ross is at the bubble. Agreed. He may not. He may be an early cut. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, he could be Devontae Parker 2.0.
Mekhi Becton, who was, if he comes in, it was a high first round draft pick by the Jets. The Eagles were able to get him on a 1-year contract. He is a beast. But if he comes in out of shape and they don't like him, they'll cut him. I don't know how much guaranteed money he got. It wasn't a big contract.
It was 1 year, $5 million. I think the whole thing they gave it to him.
Yeah, I think he makes it. It's a strong possibility he makes the team.
Yeah, and he can play left and right tackle. So they like those swing guys that can play multiple positions.
So first response is, LOL, dude putting the Kobe Dean on the bubble list. So unserious. Like, and then people argued with him about that. The Kobe Dean. So first three are in the Kobe Dean, and then the fourth one says, how many gang members on the bubble? And then the next three, it's that canceled one with Elliott. It's how many gang members do they have on the roster? There you go. But mostly serious with that. So you are seeing a lot of
so when he provides like actual substance of a content, then you get more substance response.
Yes. Yeah, he's when you put whoever this, like not even Jeff Stoutland, like new Eagles inside linebacker coach Bobby King. I don't need to listen to this one. I'm good. Or Christian Parker, the defensive.
And the first comment's like, is he friends with Deshaun Jackson? And is he a gang member? Did they give him? Are they going to fire him because they found out he is connected to Deshaun Jackson?
All right. So it says it's about Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And that's why he puts it out there, I guess. So it says new Eagles inside linebacker coach Bobby King says Jeremiah Trotter's already showing high football IQ. Said Trotter doesn't make the same mistakes twice. How many of the 12 replies are Deshaun Jackson involved?
7. 7. One over half.
I need a good to play this game here. This isn't bad. All right. So what does the chat board say? Of the 12 responses, how many have gang comments? We're gonna find out. There we go. All right. I should stream it, right? This is awesome. Here we go. All right, share. All right, so let's get rid of us here. Oh, that was us. Sorry. All right, so it's all right, so we have one real one, 2 real. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Hope you don't make the same mistake you made with Deshaun Jackson 3. There's another one. 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's curses. 7. So 7 of the 12 are ripping them for the Deshaun thing.
Okay. Bang. Why am I good at these things that I can't bet on?
Yeah, why you be good? I'm sure Vince could find somebody who would take action on this. You sure are, Vince. There you go. All right. Well, anything else, Herb? So let me give you a Herb update. So he really thinks that he's coming over to my house to do the show.
Do you have someone you don't like that you could give him Herb's address? Give the Herb as your address.
Honestly, I would go over his house before I would let him come here. But I also would need 2 laptops and another microphone. You know what I mean? He doesn't realize that we're in 2 separate.
Yeah, you're not going to sit here,
right? Right. Or like we could, I guess, do one wide screen. I could bring it and then do a wide screen. And I do have actually a pretty good camera here that I could use.
Oh yeah, we used that it worked great the one time.
Yeah, it works. I mean, I have a new laptop that has a high definition camera in it but I have another one, so we could actually do it. But I could add it from it. But he's not.
You can just do an angle up. Use that camera as an angle up on Herb's neck, like our favorite angle.
So all right. So let me give you Herb's
gizzard cam.
So Herb said that. What did he say? Oh, I thought he told me that. Well, he was telling me, he called me and I answered, and he told me that he wanted to check out the LA Fitness up
LA
here.
Fitness fight.
Right. He's like, I was gonna come check it out. I'm like, oh, you were just happen to be in the neighborhood. You're gonna go, oh, while I'm in the neighborhood working out at LA Fitness, because he's working out all the time. I'm gonna come say hi and we can do the show together. I'm like, yeah. And then he's calling me and texting me or whatever, and it's like, because I even told, like, I told him, like, dude, you're not coming over here. We got to do it over the laptop. And he's like, yeah. So I'll stop up after I go to LA Fitness. And I'm like, Herb, like, no, like, you can't come over here. I do it when the kids are napping, or I do it at night. You're not coming over here. Yeah. Well, I can't figure it out. So I don't know what we're going to do. I just
Do you think you would come over like post shower at LA Fitness, or do you think you coming over like, straight stanking after a workout?
He's not. What do you think he's actually doing at LA Fitness other than watching chicks?
The pedal bike, but not the one that you sit in. Like you actually like sit in and like not the bike seat, like a bike saddle.
Right.
And,
right.
Yeah. That one.
Or he does
there. And it's moving like this.
Yep. Yep.
I know
he does the back extension. I know that. He likes the back extension. He'll do like the leg press. You know, the people that go in there, they'll just be like, we're doing the leg press and the calf raises or whatever. I don't know. He's not coming here. So I don't know what we're gonna do, because I need somebody. If there's anybody out there that watches or listens, and you put it in the comments too when you follow, subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. So comment. If there's anybody in the Northeast Philly area, and I'm being serious about this, and do it at your own risk. Yeah, can you go help Herb? You can even be on the show if you want to. You can sit there with him and whatever. He may not allow you to. But if anybody can go over there and actually help him set it up, because I want to do it. I would love to do it like maybe twice a month. The John and Herb show, just do it whenever, like middle of the day, because he doesn't like staying up. But I need somebody in Northeast Philly that'd be willing to go. Michael Richmond really said that he would go. Huh. All right. Well, Michael, we're going to have to set that up, because the AT&T store is not open when he needs to go over there. You go to the LA? You ever go to an LA Fitness there, Delco Steve?
There's one in Springfield by me, and I did a couple things there once upon a time, but was never was never a member there or anything.
Vince recognized my wife from LA Fitness. She worked there. How many years ago, Vince? 15 years ago or something like that. He's like, hey, your wife used to work at LA Fitness. And I'm like, oh shit.
That's
because you worry about like, did he like bang her, or like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
Jesus, don't go there.
No, I'm not trying to be disgusting. I'm just saying, like,
no, I'm trying to save you from getting yourself in trouble.
Right. No, I know you are, but I'm just saying, like, no, she didn't. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's where my first thing goes. Like, oh man. So it's in Havertown she worked. Yeah, she worked in Fort Washington too. I don't know what she worked there. But now she's back at work, Delco Steve. My wife.
Yeah, your stay-at-home dad life.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work. But I mean, I would love it to work. I need to start making money here.
I would love to be independently wealthy where I could do that and not have to worry about anything else.
Well, listen, I thought about driving Uber, and it heard me talking about driving Uber, and it was kind of tongue in cheek. So now he's sending me numbers of people I could drive and all this other stuff. I heard you talking. Like, oh man, now Herb's trying to help me out. So he heard me talking about I need something. So hopefully it's coming. I was on for Ant last week too, on Wednesday on PHLY. So wish I could have done more days, but it's just in the short notice I didn't have the coverage. It's the only day my mom could come over, so I could go in and do it. So it was fun. I thought it was pretty cool. So we'll see. All right, Thursday night. Do you have another wedding this weekend?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good this weekend.
No, you're good.
I have a bachelor party this weekend, but I'm good for Thursday.
And what are you doing for that?
They're going down to Ventnor, Atlantic City for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't have it in me for 3 days, so I'm just doing Saturday and coming home Sunday morning.
Just doing Saturday?
AC
hotel or no?
Nah, they got an Airbnb somewhere. I don't even.
Gotcha.
I've been so far out of the loop on playing on that. I'm running on E after the last month, so.
Yeah, you've been burning it from both sides, bro.
Yep.
We drink it Thursday. Listen,
I can have a glass. Just my arm.
I still work.
I'll probably be shaken by then. At this point, I'll be going through withdrawal by Thursday.
Yeah.
After the weekend I just had.
Should we do a John
Yeah.
and Delco Steve fantasy football league with our regulars?
Let's go. I'm in
Good
for that.
idea. It's a good idea, Vince.
I had my dynasty draft already, but I'm already hyped.
You had a draft already.
The dynasty league, we had a rookie draft.
Really? When did you do that? Oh, for this year, for all the draft picks? You already
Just for the draft picks.
Oh.
Yeah, we did. I guess it was beginning of May. It was the week after the draft, and then we'll have another one for like the regular players, like that aren't like on a team already.
So I'm looking up at Bird's Huddle with Ruben Frank. I'm not sure who the host is. They're not going back there. It just looks like a 30-year-old female, blonde hair. I don't watch a lot of Comcast Sports Center. Here's my question: What does this look? What's Comcast Sports Center look like in 5 years? You know what I mean? Like, is it because? I mean, Rube's been covering the team a long time. Barrett will still be around, but I guess Michael Barkan he'll keep working the way he can anymore. It'll probably look the same. I don't know. Maybe there's room for me on Comcast Sportsnet for NBC Sports Philadelphia. Nope, probably not. Is that really the host of this? I don't know if I've ever seen her before. I think Taryn Hatcher does a good job. Amy Fadul now is like a big radio star too. The Fanatic. We're even running promos with her. They're like Amy Fadul on the Fanatic.
Is she mostly on the midday slot now, or
she's been alternating with Bill Colarulo? He just got married Saturday, so he's off this week. So
they're going every other day kind of thing.
I don't know if I don't think it's every other day. I think they're what are they doing? Maybe like a couple days in a row and then a couple days.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure. I just know when Bill's on, I'll tune in if I'm in the car or whatever. Check him out. But
yeah, I really don't know how he doesn't get a full-time slot. He's still. I'll say it every time his name comes.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to. I do. I think he's going to. I don't know if it's and if they end up hiring Mike, then I don't think he's going to. But if it doesn't work out with Mike, I think you could see him and him and Bob. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But I think that I don't think that it's guaranteed. Like I said, if Mike takes it, he's not going to get it. If Mike doesn't end up getting the job or taking the job, I think he gets it in some capacity. So
no, I agree with that.
Yep. All right, there we go. Who's on WIP? Taryn Hatcher? That happened after I left, right? What does she do? The mornings?
No, not Taryn Hatcher.
No? Who?
No, I'm saying who the girl you're talking about that you don't know. I don't know who it is. That's what I'll tell you.
Well, who's on what? Is she hockey? It's not, you're right, it's not Taryn. It's not this one right here. I don't think it's her. But anyway, what do I care? I don't know. Anyway, all right, Delco Steve, go shower or something, man.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we'll talk on Thursday. Everybody have a good night. Remember, follow, subscribe, like, comment. Really comment. You remember what Gabe Kapler said about Hobie Milner?
No.
He said, Hobie Milner's nasty, brother. And he said it because in his first game managing, he pulled Aaron Nola, I think, in the 5th inning. And Freddie Freeman, because Freddie Freeman was coming up, and I think he got hit a home run off of him. And after the game, he's like, well, why did you pull Aaron Nola for Hobie Milner? He goes, Hobie Milner's nasty, brother. Yes, that's who's on WIP. Ashlyn Sullivan. I just don't know who Ashlyn Sullivan is.
Gotcha.
So, do you know who Ashlyn Sullivan is? Isn't she the... I'm going to actually Google it right now. It is her.
Oh, well,
right. It is
Michael Richmond. Michael Richmond popped up for the end.
What's up, brother? Yeah, Mike, just so you know, you were elected to go over to Herb's house the next time we want to get him on and set everything up for him. Then you can leave or you can be on the show. It's up to you. If you do it, you can stay. You can always stay as long as you want to. You're my guy. But yeah. There you go. All right, dude. I'll talk to you Thursday.
My man.
All right, everybody, see you. Have a good night.
Peace.